Welcome to The Explainer. We're jumping right into something that literally dictates the trajectory of our entire lives, the power of thinking for yourself. We're going to break down the exact mental frameworks that separate folks who completely panic when things go sideways from those who find incredible success. And spoiler alert, it's not about being born a genius, and it has absolutely nothing to do with luck. It is entirely about how you process the world around you. Let's get into it.
So, why do some panic while others stay perfectly calm? Seriously, think about a recent crisis or, even just a super stressful day at work. Take a quick second. How did different people react? The material we're digging into today argues that the main difference between the person who completely freezes up and the person who thrives, it's just how they choose to think.
You see, the crowd essentially operates on autopilot. If everyone's buying something, well, they buy it too. If everyone's freaking out about an economic downturn, they panic right alongside them. If the crowd says a goal is impossible, they just accept it as a hard fact. But the successful individual, they do something radically different. They hit the pause button. Instead of just soaking up the panic or buying into the hype, they stop, take a breath, and actually question the situation. Which brings us to section 1, the herd mentality trap. Look, we are bombarded by invisible forces literally every single day. There are thousands of messages out there fighting tooth and nail for your attention right now. Social media algorithms, they're meticulously designed to hack your confirmation bias and tell you exactly what to like. I mean, we all know that familiar glaze of a 45-minute doom scrolling session, right? Then you've got ads scientifically crafted to dictate what you should buy, and broader society is constantly whispering in your ear, dictating what a quote-unquote successful life is supposed to look like. Slowly, and honestly without us even noticing most of the time, these forces chip away at our ability to think for ourselves. We end up living out a script written by someone else entirely. But your future should be controlled by your own decisions. When you just live according to other people's opinions, you're handing over the keys to your life. You're giving up your agency. But the fantastic news here, and really the core message of our explainer today, is that you absolutely have the power to take those keys back. Let's look at section 2, one simple question. Is this really true? It's such a simple sentence, right? Yet the text emphasizes that asking this one simple question changes absolutely everything. You don't need some special talent to ask it. You don't need a genius-level IQ. You literally just need to foster a genuine sense of curiosity. When the crowd is panicking or society is telling you what you have to do, just pause and ask yourself, is this really true? To make that super actionable, let's look at what we're calling the curiosity framework. Whenever you're faced with a new claim, a trending fear, or a heavy societal expectation, just fire off these 3 core questions. Number 1, why do people believe this? Number 2, what's the actual evidence? And number 3, which honestly is usually the most revealing, who benefits from this idea? Keep this toolkit handy, guys. It's basically your ultimate defense mechanism against herd mentality. And here's the immediate payoff of applying that framework. The moment you start asking those questions, your mind flexes like a muscle. It gets stronger. And a strong mind is incredibly hard to control. You basically become immune to the manipulation of ads, the intense pressure of social media, and the irrational fears of the crowd. Moving on to section 3, popularity versus truth. We all naturally kind of assume that if a lot of people believe something, well, it must be true, right? But popularity does not equal truth. Millions of people can be completely wrong all at the exact same time. History has proven this to us over and over and over again. The crowd is not always right. Actually, it's the independent thinker, the person out there seeking the truth rather than just following the trend, who spots the hidden opportunities that everyone else is completely blind to. Which leads into section 4, the freedom of knowledge. If you want to be an independent thinker, your learning literally can never stop. You have to continuously upgrade your mind. And that means taking practical action. Read books, learn new skills. And this is a big one. Actively listen to different opinions. There is a very good reason why so many top CEOs are famous for reading dozens of books every single year. Knowledge isn't just about hoarding facts so you can go make money. Knowledge is the foundation that lets you make much, much better decisions in every single area of your life. And here's the ultimate payoff of all that. Step 1, more learning. When you learn more, you naturally level up to step 2, which is having more choices. Suddenly, you're seeing pathways and solutions that just weren't even visible to you before. And when you have more choices, you hit step 3,
more freedom. Continuous learning directly translates into a better, freer life where you are the one calling the shots. It's a real game changer.
Section 5. Action before motivation.
Okay, it is time to officially debunk one of the biggest myths in the entire self-improvement space, the motivation myth. Most people just sit around waiting for motivation to strike. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, that perfect Monday morning to finally get started. But successful people, they completely flip the script. They act first. They start exactly where they are, even if they really don't feel like it. And then the motivation actually follows the action. And it's so vital to realize that doing this doesn't require some massive superhuman effort. Small decisions matter tremendously. It's about the specific books you choose to read today. It's the people you choose to spend your time with. It's the tiny little habits you build every single day. Pretty much every massive success story you see out there, it didn't happen overnight. It was actually just a long, quiet series of these small, deliberate, independent choices that compounded over time. So the core advice here is incredibly simple. Start where you are. Seriously, do not wait for perfection. Just take one small step today, and then, take another one tomorrow. Remember, every single expert you admire was once a total beginner. Progress is just about moving forward. Make the decision to learn, the decision to improve, and the decision to just keep going. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this absolute truth. The greatest power you have is your mind. It's not your bank account, it's not some natural-born talent, and it definitely isn't luck. If you can learn to pause, to ask questions, to really think for yourself, and to trust in your own ability to grow, your future is going to be stronger than you ever imagined. Use your mind wisely. And finally, a little provocative thought to chew on before we go. What is one thing you believe today just because everyone else does? I'm going to let that question just hang in the air for a second. Think about it. Apply everything we've talked about today to your own life right now. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I highly, highly encourage you to start using that curiosity framework today. Catch you next time.